Under the striped barber cloth, any customer becomes wrapped in some of the tradition that has surrounded barbers and their shops since the time of Plato, in the days of ancient Greece. The first barbering clubs were formed where men would meet to discuss
the urgent thing on the minds of those who will connect with us. We'll title this tape
Americans at Work. Her fingers are the tools with which she always works.
In a community that depends upon one another for survival,
her fingers are the tools with which she always works.
Grooming is the glue that binds the troop together. It's partly a free meal, partly good hygiene, beneficial all around.
Since 1945, an increasing number of men have chosen the beautification of womankind as a career. Often, a woman's attractiveness begins in the hands of
Chuck Dieterich.
I'm Big Brother, I'm Big Daddy, I'm all kinds of things. I wore a wonderful costume for a good many years.
The transformation that can take place in a young girl's appearance simply by changing the style of her hair is deftly accomplished in the hands of an experienced beautician.
But this is no time to split hairs.
In fact, it may be better to give than receive. The very act of grooming leads to many benefits.
It's up to you whether you believe that or not. That's not important to me, even though I wish that you could believe it for your sake.
It is such a superior way to live. It is the only way to live.
Not even all the secrets of what goes on in a beauty salon are obvious to an outsider.
And I think that's very dangerous.
In ancient Egypt, barbers trimmed the square-cut beards of the pharaohs.
To Cyril, the new style is a work of art. To the customer, it's a mark of distinction.
But with his less than sunny disposition, most of the troop have given up on him.
The way to beauty may not be the most attractive.
Well, I know what I just said.
The direction in which they move, the rhythm of the massage.
Well, at least they're both a little bit warmer. And honestly, that's how some relationships begin.
Hairdressers learn by doing, following the instructions of the stylist, who may be guided by the season, the shape of the head, or features of the face. An entirely different treatment may be dictated to satisfy the mood of his customer.
After a shampoo, the foundations of the new creation are laid with this barber's magic wand called a blower.
The proper use of hands and equipment, the way to roll a curler, is something not always expressible in words.
For those who do believe it, stand a possibility of a future beyond this recycling time.
All over America, there are barbers and beauticians whose aim in life is one of service to the appearance of mankind. These are people whose craft dates back to the beginnings of civilized society.
Now, the reason this is such an interesting time is not only because we're on the threshold of the end of this civilization.
No drugs, no alcohol, no violence, society.
When barbers and surgeons were one, haircuts seemed pretty useless.